Yes, I'm trying, but Lorenzo don't want to eat.
I don't need to eat.
I
I don't need
explained
to
to
sleep.
him that
He just up
He
here.
lives on action.
No, you need to eat.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Wow, Tony de Made in Metal aquí en una entrevista con Yossi Sassi. Okay. Hello, Yossi. How are you?
Hola, Tony. How are you?
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Since I listen your music, I recognize that you are a very nice person. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Yes, yes.
Thank
And
you.
now I saw you with the new guitar you create for your own.
Yes.
No, what is the name? The Busu guitar.
Buzukitara.
The Busu guitar. The Busu guitar. Can you tell us more about the instrument?
Yes, I can also show it for you if you
Okay,
want.
perfect.
Yeah. Here's the buzukitara.
Maybe I move it a little part.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. So this is basically the buzukitara.
Yes.
It's a hybrid of a buzuki, a Greek mandolin, and an electric guitar and acoustic guitar.
Yes.
So basically you have the normal electric here. So, and you have also piezo technology for acoustic guitar, so it's also an acoustic guitar when it's connected electrically. And it's also a buzuki, acoustic buzuki. So it's also
Perfect.
so it's really this instrument. I created it for my needs. I had a real passion to move between the electric guitar and the buzuki and the acoustic guitar, because I want people that come to my concerts to hear the songs like they were really composed and written. So I try to look ways to move between those three guitars,
Yes.
and I decided I have to build it.
But there is
And I did.
something. There is a doubt that I have. Did you buy it for yourself or is for sale?
I did it for my personal use,
Yes.
and it was my real necessity. I had a real need to create it for my own style, for my unique music. Because in the same song I move between acoustic guitar to electric guitar to buzuki. I didn't think about selling it, in the first thought. There are a lot of people that are interested in this. I don't know in the future, but for now I'm just very happy to have been able to create this one-of-a-kind instrument, because it was a lot of challenges to make it.
Yes.
It wasn't easy. And finally I got help from Piano Renovator, a
Yes.
guy that knows about pianos, because guitar makers couldn't build it.
But for example, the idea came to you and you found a luthier, or you do it by your own?
Yes, I had the idea from my solo materials. In my solo work, also in Orphanland, I used to compose a lot of songs that in the same song I go between buzuki and electric guitar, and really 1 second between them, or even not even. So I don't have time to change guitars. So I had the idea and design, and I began to think about a model. I had the vision for it. Build it together alone was hard, because I needed someone with good hands. So I addressed Benjamin Miller, this guy, the Piano Renovator, which today he is guitar maker. But it was a long journey, but and we had failures on the way that they didn't work. But I'm very happy that we managed to get this result.
Yes. So you are here promoting your second solo CD, Desert Butterfly.
Si.
Yes, and your first solo CD was Melting Clock.
Mhm.
So can you tell me what are the main difference between both?
Yes, Melting Clocks was my first debut, my first solo album as a solo artist. It was recorded in a very short period of time in between touring with Orphanland back in 2011. So I had little time to work on it or think what I want to do with it. I just knew I had a lot of music in me that has to go out, and it's not suitable for Orphanland. but I have to release it somehow. After 20 years of music and exploring the boundaries of East and West and acoustic and electric. With Desert Butterflies, it was a totally different experience. I had already a band, a solo band of my own, with highly talented musicians, and I knew I wanted to produce a specific album that will take Oriental rock, Oriental progressive rock to the next level, to really make an album that is original and not something that you can hear every day on this genre. Somewhere in between the instrumental and the vocal driven. And I produced it. It was a musical journey around the world, you know, from Japan with my good friend and amazing musician Marty Friedman, ex-Megadeth,
Yes.
etc. In the United States with Ron Bumblefoot Tal, Guns N' Roses guitarist, also a great friend. And in Europe, in Italy and Sweden, with Mariangela de Murtas, the female vocalist of Tristania
Yes.
and Moonspell, and also in Israel, in the Middle East. And I'm just very happy with the result and the reviews that the album is getting, which are very positive.
Yes. Now that you mention Mariangela de Mortas, tell me, how did you met her, or why did you invite her? Tell me.
Mariangela, first time I saw her was, I think, around 4 years in a summer festival, I think in Germany. We were playing in the same stage, so I got to see her before going on stage, and she had amazing voice and strong stage presence. She looked so good on stage, and I love her voice. And every band I see, every singer, every guitarist, every drummer, I have this characteristic that I remember how they sound, what's their range, what's their style, and I catalog it in my head and I remember it. From that moment, I live with this memory, with this recording in my head. And when I come to produce a new music, I first prepare a song. When the song is ready, I'm thinking, who can contribute to this song? And when I worked on Believe, on the song that finally Mariangela sings in, I thought I want to hear her voice. I like the sound of her voice on this track. I think it will work. But I wanted her to sing in Italian, to sing in the original language, and she never sings in Italian. She sings in English,
Yes.
always. But she was up for it. She took it as a challenge. And the result was very nice, and that's the same with Marty Friedman and Bumblefoot and other musicians I've collaborated with on my music. We all serve the song, you know. All musicians, there is a song, and we come to complement the song, not to just to bring what the song is missing.
Yes. And tell me, Yossi, are you still in contact with your old mate in Orphaned Land?
Yes, we are friends. We remain in good contact. The thing is just that I moved on. I just decided there is Orphaned Land, the music, Orphaned Land, the heritage, Orphaned Land, the memories of 22, 23 years together. I started the band, co-founded it with the other remaining members. I was the main composer. I managed it for at least 1 decade, almost solely alone, and after that also I was very involved in many things, endorsements and website, you name it, really everything. But it reached the point that I did the separation between the band and what's going in the future with that, and what we've done so far. It's my life work. It will forever remain my life work, for all the great things we've done together. But I just decided to move on to the next big, authentic music, to the next big step as a composer, as a musician for myself.
Let me confess you that I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yes, let me tell you something about me, because everybody
Please.
knows you, but maybe you don't know me.
I want to know
Yes.
you too.
Yes, my name is Tony.
Yeah.
I'm not living in Spain, but I'm Cuban.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and I remember a lot of years ago when I received for the first time Sahara, or Sahara, can you say
Sahara, yes.
Sahara? and then El Nora Alila.
Old school stuff.
I'm saying in a good
Yeah, El
accent?
Nora Alila,
El Nora
yes.
Alila. And me and my friends said, wow, this band came from Israel. Are there more bands like this? Let me tell you something, Josie. No, there isn't more bands like Orphan Land. I have received more music from Israeli bands, but you are something like different. You were something like different, something like pioneers in this kind of sound. And to me and a lot of friends of mine who love music, Orphan Land was a really different group and something that some musicians in their own case should do. The mix of the roots and the international roots that are part of the people too. Maybe this was my case, maybe this is your case, and if more than 20 years ago since you released Sahara.
Yes, it was Sahara 93 we recorded, 94 I think it was out. Yeah.
Yes, when you were recording that CD, did you thought that 20 years later you will be around the world traveling, showing your music, releasing new CDs for your own with more success than in that moment?
Well, you know, we were young. We were doing the thing that we thought was right. I was the composer, musician for the music, in charge of the music. So I thought, for me, it just makes sense to do whatever I like. When you are young, there are no rules. Even when you take distorted guitars and mix them with roots from Turkey, Egypt, Greece, or prayers from Judaism and Quran. These are things that then, without internet, without this, it looks maybe weird, but it's really the music of Orphan Land and the music of my solo work is me in sounds, because I grew up born and raised in the Middle East. I had Jewish friends, Muslim friends, Christian friends, and I saw how everybody are together when it comes to music, or playing soccer in the street. Religion doesn't matter, politics doesn't matter. That's the power of music. The power of music to unite people. That it doesn't matter where you come from or how you call it. It's music can make people connect from different parts of the world. And I'm very happy to hear that, because for me these are nostalgic albums. It's me playing as a teenager,
Yes.
just having fun with the guitar. And I think this is something I've been doing for 3 decades now, for 26 years, this fusion of East and West, and the acoustic and the electric, and oriental roots with contemporary rock and progressive rock and metal music. And I feel I'm just beginning. I feel like I just scratched the surface of this fusion. Even after almost 30 years,
Yes.
I feel I'm in the beginning of the journey, because there is so much more to explore. The Buzukitara is here just 2-3 years, and I've done different compositions with her that I could never compose before. So I'm always evolving to the next stage of music.
Yes, now that you are telling me that you are evolving, now you are introducing your music in an unplugged style. So, what are we going to do in the future? Are you going to form a band to promote your music, to travel around the world playing? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm having a busy 2016 in mind. That's the plan. First of all, we are now touring Europe with my band, with my solo band, the Yossi Sassi band, and we have their amazing musicians, Mediterranean percussion.
Yes.
And Mariangela will be joining us on stage to the tour, on the European tour this weekend and in December. And we'll have 2 shows, of course, in Spain, in Madrid, and Sábado, December 5th, and Domingo, Barcelona, on December 6th. And then we continue to the rest of Europe. When we come back to Israel, we finish touring, we stop from shows, and we go to work on the new album. So 2016 we're gonna work and record the next album, the third solo release, and we will tour with that, of course. I also produce other bands now in Africa, in Mozambique, and in Czech Republic. Silent Stream of Godless Elegy. This is also a band I will work with this year, and in Israel as well, some local artists. And I also teach in college, and I make music for a TV series in HBO, and I do film for a Hollywood movie. Now I do a sci-fi action movie for 2017 with a Hollywood director. So I make the music for the movie. It's very exciting. It's something that I will also do in 2016. So I'm gonna be busy.
Yes.
With a lot of good music.
Yes. A lot of work.
Yes.
A lot of work. Yes, Yossi, at the beginning of this interview, I told you that I recognize in your music that you are a positive person, a very nice person. And tell me, am I wrong? Is this your philosophy of life?
Definitely. I am an optimistic guy. I believe in music and nature and simple things in life, and I also like whenever you get life gives you a lemon, you make a lemonade, and I always think about the full half of the cup, you know. I'm just a smiling guitarist, you know, and I always remember, you know, that when I was a kid in a little town in Israel, very small town, I wanted to play the guitar. Until today, this is me. I'm just a petit niño playing the guitar, the guitarra. That's it.
Yes.
And I played, you know, I opened for Metallica, and I played with people that I had posters of them on my wall as a teenager. Paul Gilbert and Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and you know, Marty Friedman, so many amazing guitar players that I played with, and some of them I toured with, some jammed, some invited me to share the stage. And I think the idea is to always stay simple, to understand that dreams are there to make them happen, but to remember you are always this child that love to play the guitar. It's not what you do, it's how you do.
Yes. While listening Desert Butterfly, I was thinking, what were the guitar players who influenced Yossi Sassi? And I recognize Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. But now I'm going to tell you a guitar player that you didn't mention.
Yeah.
David Gilmour.
Oh.
No? Yes? Yes, are you
It's
influenced
true.
by David
It's
Gilmour?
true.
I listen in the music. Wow, this is the heart of David Gilmour.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there is one song there is really specifically influenced about David Gilmour. It's Cocoon, the track 11, where I sing also. Is really. We also do a cover for High Hopes with the Buzukitara. It's on YouTube. Pink Floyd is a great band. Gilmour is amazing. I saw him live in Florence, in Firenze, this year. It was a spiritual experience, really. And
Yes.
Satriani is a big
is-
favorite,
Of
of course. Gary Moore,
Gary Moore?
yeah.
Yes.
I was also really, really fond of him.
But Gary Moore, the heavy part or the blues part?
Both.
Both?
Both more the bluesy, you know, but also the heavier. I love, you know, all the Johnny Boy, Over the Hills.
Yes,
all
Over the Hill Far Away. Yes. Of course.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really glad to meet you, Yossi.
Same
Yes.
here, Tony.
Yes, I listen when Lorenzo from Top Artists sent me the CD. I listened the CD very careful, and I discovered a lot of feelings in the music. And to me, it was really, really, really a great discovery. Because let me tell you something, I am from Made in Metal. Made in Metal is a website who follows you
Yeah.
very close. And sometimes I send you message from Twitter,
On Twitter, yeah.
and you answer
That's
me.
why I recognize the
This-
name.
yes, the
Made in
name.
Man. Now I can connect to the face.
Of course, yes, of course. Let me tell you, I bring you a CD. Maybe you have it I'm going to move it to,
Yes.
to show you. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is wow.
Surprise.
This
A
is
present.
this. Yes, maybe to have it. This is a Cuban guitar.
Oh, I heard it. Yeah, this CD.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, Cuban guitars.
Cuban guitars.
I heard some tracks from it. I think who brought it to me? Maybe Frank Carmatitude from France, a Euro guitar. I think he brought it to me. Cuban guitars. I heard a bit from that, but I will listen to it now on tour. On tour. You have a lot of time on the morning. The bus is driving from country to country, many hours of drive.
Yes.
And I
because
have good earphones.
in that CD there are some guitar players that, in some way, they are influenced by the music. The same. They have the same influences than you. In some
nice.
cases, and maybe it look like a little interesting to you, but in
Yes.
some case it's a present, because I don't know if you drink wine. Maybe a good Spanish wine is could be a
Yeah.
good present, but I prefer food for the spirit.
This is an amazing present. Thank you. I will listen to it. And as for the Spanish wine, the good friends in Top Artist Promotion, yesterday we sat down with El Vino con Casera.
El vino con casera,
Jesosa,
perfect.
yes. So this was good. It was very good. But this is also very good for everything.
Perfect. Josie, if you want to say goodbye or share some words to finish the interview, this is this moment.
Sure. So to the camera, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hello, this is Yossi Sassi, and you are watching Made in Metal. And stay strong, stay metal. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. I don't have assistant, so I need to take